Good morning, you two. As you can see, Priscilla has left the living room an absolute disaster. She mostly cleaned it up, only to turn around and make it way worse than it was. And that's the that's the very unattractive position she left herself sleeping in. Although I'm not gonna lie, that position would have been kind of hot if she was naked, aside from the gut. Vehicles here. I don't think there's anything. She claims she's packing stuff up and moving stuff out, but she didn't really leave over the weekend. Let's look and see if there's anything new in her vehicle, or if it's the way it has been. A little bit new in there. That's interesting. On top of the pile there, that looks like the note that I left her asking her not to leave the laptop on, and she wasn't actually actively using it. Oh, nope, it's not. Cheese, fruit and nut tray, meat and fish tray, shrimp, crab legs, caviar, crackers, bread, grape leaves, hummus, Amazon, tuna wedge, 6 ounce, $5.79. I wonder if that was like the food list for the birthday party that she had and didn't invite me to. Weird that she's keeping that. Anyway, so I've had a long, very miserable night, which is not mostly sleepless night, which is not really what Priscilla promised me. I don't know. It's been a long night of good, bad, and ugly, and y'all just saw the ugly. The good is she finally cleaned the bathtub out, which I've been waiting for that for, oh my God, waiting for that for, I want to say months, but it feels closer to a year, and just trying to bathe when I can at other people's places, which has resulted in me not bathing nearly enough. Yeah, that's been frustrating, to put it mildly. But yeah, she finally cleaned that up. And drew me a bath. It was not as warm as I would have liked it to have been, but at least it was clean, and I was able to I'm trying to get my power cord in, because my power's kind of low right now. And that was much needed. Said she had promised me she was going to come in and help me do my hair and shampoo and condition my hair and stuff, which would have been really nice. And she, like, the entire time she was in the living room doing, I don't know, whatever she was doing that involved messing up my living room so much. By the time she came into the bathroom, I was already on my way out of the tub, and she's like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna help you with your hair." I said, "Yeah, I thought you were gonna help me with my hair too, but like, you've been gone all this time. I thought you were kind of with me on this journey, and like, where you been?" "Oh, I was in the living room, blah blah blah, April, blah blah blah, shirts." I'm like, well, I don't know, the hot water isn't coming out very hot, which is crazy, because as hot as it's been here, like, this time of the year, it's not unusual for the hot and the cold water to be coming out hot, but no, that sure as shit was just not coming out hot. I just didn't quite get it to, it wasn't an unbearable temperature to take a bath in, but it wasn't as hot as I would have liked it to have been. And anyway, she's, so at that point it was getting to the point it was cold, and it was, it's like, whatever. So at least I got a clean bathtub. Hopefully I can do this tomorrow, kind of thing. And she's I was getting out. So yeah, that didn't happen, because she's sidetracked by whatever the hell she's sidetracked by. You know, in the last video, I never did get around to explaining like what all happened Friday. I kind of got sidetracked talking about my show Thursday night. So I haven't really explained Friday, or, you know, yesterday, Saturday was painfully long as Priscilla and I went through everything from shouting matches. In fact, she actually lunged at me, like physically attacked me. I mean, which I suppose at this point I've technically got. If only I had some video set up, I would have technically had enough proof that an order of protection is justified. But yeah, we're deep in the her word versus my word territory on that. I need to get a drink before I go where I'm going. Anyway, yeah, she, oh gosh, it's all such a blur, and I know I'm gonna end up just telling bits and pieces of it, and it's not gonna be continuous. I don't have enough time for this whole freaking narrative anyway. I mean, yesterday was just such a long, good moments, bad moments kind of day, and I did shoot a couple videos, although I tried not to really talk about her in the videos. Of course, right now, that's all I can think of. So let me see. So try to rewind back to Friday night. So I ended up heading home from Bullock's earlier than normal because I was super tired, but I did stay there and work on karaoke for a while, going through the stuff that I got from Karaoke for Space. And what really got me going was that in my downloads from Karaoke Space that I did during my show Thursday night, I downloaded Karaoke for Company Calls by Death Cab For Cutie, which is one of my favorite songs from Death Cab For Cutie. I really love their older Barsec albums from before they got signed on to Atlantic Records. Nothing against the stuff they did with Atlantic Records. I mean, Plans, which was their first major label album, phenomenally great record, love it. I've never heard anything from Death Cab For Cutie I didn't like. Just to be perfectly clear on the Death Cab For Cutie thing. But those indie albums, I got into those when I was working in 2000, when I was working at Zia Records in downtown Tempe. And one of we all had such diverse tastes in music. And stuff that some people liked, other people in the store liked, but it seemed like one of the few things that we could put on the music that everybody with their diverse and completely and different strong tastes in music could agree upon was Death Cab For Cutie. Like, it just seemed like something like that, like, wasn't really the sort of thing I was into, nor the sort of thing that most of the other people that worked there were into, but everybody could agree that, hey, this is an indie band that's actually pretty freaking good. And I'm thinking their discography at that time consisted of three albums and an EP, but listened to them quite a bit. And before I quit working there, I bought all four of them. So yeah, I listened to that constantly, like when I moved down to Tucson, after leaving Zia, and then after I got married, like the whole time I was married and living with my wife, and we took a trip to see Death Cab For Cutie. We ended up meeting Ben Gibbard. I think I relayed the story on another vlog. If I ever figure out what one it is, I'll link it to this, but don't hold your breath. But that might be in the information field. Just check the description. Could be a link there. Maybe you've seen it, but yeah, pretty awesome story about how I met Ben Gibbard. I actually hung out with him again shortly after Danielle and I separated, when I went to another show after we were separated, and I think actually I was still homeless at the time, and I ended up hanging out with him. You know, he totally recognized me, he approached me, so we hung out at the show, and was kind of disappointed to hear about, you know, because we had, after the show where I met him, we were emailing each other, and legit made a kind of made a connection, and yeah, man, next time we get in Arizona, we'll hang out again. And then of course I ghosted him. Not intentionally, just, the ex-wife stole all my computers and all my access to email and literally everything with the clothes on my back and put me in jail on a false accusation. So after I recovered from that, I never was able to, it was years before I was back on the internet, and I never did recover my old email address or all my old contacts or anything. Everything from before my divorce, just, there's a handful of random friends that I managed to, get back in touch with that were just like, oh my God, what happened to you? Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, you're still going through it. Oh, you're homeless. Well, stay away from me. So, yeah, a lot that I went through from that. But anyway, that's a separate tragedy. I'm not trying to get distracted by that. So, one thing that's always bummed me out about karaoke for Death Cab for Cutie is Plans was their major label debut. It was their breakthrough album. It was on Atlantic Records, and there's plenty of songs off of Plans available for karaoke. And after Plans, even a lot of their stuff that wasn't particularly commercially successful, I've been able to get a lot of that for karaoke. But I've never seen karaoke for anything. Never seen anything for karaoke for.
I could have gave you 20 years. I could have gave you 20 years. Look, you got that.
I wonder who he's talking to. No, break your legs. Oh man. Anyway, where was I? Those are the albums that really got me into Death Cab for Cutie. And when the first two times I saw them in concert were, still touring on those albums. There was another album that was released at the time when I was married. I forget what the hell it was called, but it's got several different covers depending on which edition you get. It's all just a solid color though on the cover. Great album as well. But yeah, never seen anything from that era of Death Cab for Cutie available for karaoke, in spite of the fact that I put in so many requests with SBI and with karaoke version. And then finally, Company Calls, which is not my favorite from that era, but it's That'll Work. And kind of stopped what I was doing with the downloads, and in the middle of my show, as my show was going on, to encode that. And as soon as the show was over, people were out like that. My headphones were on. I was adding that, so I ended up working on more Death Cab for Cutie. Added 3 Death Cab for Cutie songs, 2 other ones I forget what they were, but again, I think they were both also earlier Death Cab tracks. And but as I was trying to work on a 4th one, and then I had a couple other things I was working on, namely upgrading my karaoke track for 9 Inch Nails Down In It, but some other kind of sorting and just stuff. And I'm still at that point where I have too many files on my in my download directory, and in my it's a list that Wondershare makes that's causing the program to malfunction. I'm still dealing with that because, if I did nothing but just concentrate on cleaning up that, I could make some progress, but I'm still trying to do current downloads too. So it's one of those 2-step forwards, 2-step back kind of things. So yeah, I was having issues with that. So that kind of slowed my work progress down. So yeah, I ended up just getting the 3 songs. I still had a 4th one. I definitely had one more Death Cab for Cutie song. I might have had more. I don't know if I did an exhaustive search of all my download directories, but I definitely had one more I was working on, and I just kept falling asleep with my headphones on. I'm just like, I can't. I'm too tired to do this. I need to go to bed. Which at this point, needing to go to bed equals I need to break down, because my car was going to Rob's the next day to have the AC worked on. Equaled I needed to completely finish breaking down my karaoke system, packing up my karaoke system, so I'm not leaving a mess in the bar. Which is kind of what my so-called girlfriend is failing to do in the living room. I get you're working on a project, but oh, I fell asleep, I was tired, I fell asleep working on it. Well, what you need to do is when you realize you're tired, when it's getting to bedtime, you need to clean up your mess. I feel like I got to talk to her like a fucking kid. When it's getting close to bedtime, you need to realize it's getting close to bedtime. You need to clean up your mess, break it down, and then get ready for bed, and then go to bed. Don't just fall asleep in your fucking mess. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I don't want that in my home. That's disgusting. If you want to live like that in your own home, that's fine. Move the fuck out, and you can be the biggest slob in the world, and it's your problem. But I don't want that in my living room. What I started this video with, I don't want that in my living room at any time ever. Horrific, disgusting. No, make it stop. Obviously, I can't leave my equivalent of that, which is not nearly as messy, at Bullock's Cocktails. So I'm falling asleep. I'm like, yeah, I just got to get the hell out of here. So, yeah, and I was kind of slow going, packing everything up. Now, normally I would come in on Friday and work on more music and pack stuff up. But my agenda for Friday was, be up in the morning, get the car to Rob so he can fix the air conditioning, which the car was there pretty much first thing in the morning Friday, pretty much first thing in the morning Saturday, and I was shooting vlogs both times when the air went out. So yeah, I have no air right now. I'm gonna try to do it again today. I think he's not sure if he's coming in. He said call me like 9 in the morning, so I'm going to. Right now it's a little bit after 7. Yeah, I'm not sure if I said what time it was when I started this video. So I want to say today is the July 17th. I could be wrong on the date. It is definitely Sunday morning, 7:30 a.m. I love this song. With my knob turning it right, but it's not always turning up. The name of the song is Dissolve. The artist, I forget, kind of a one-hit wonder at this point. I've listened to some of his other music on Amazon Music. Some of it's good and some of it's kind of meh. This song Dissolve freaking does it for me for sure. Haven't bought any physical media from him yet, and I don't think I've found a decent working karaoke version of Dissolve either. I found one that's an okay instrumental that I get maybe do a custom track off of, but I ain't got time for that shit these days. I haven't for years, so, but I know I've got this saved somewhere, and I know I've sang it a couple times using it. It's alright. Anyway, so I got distracted by that, and I need to get inside, get a sip of safe drink, and then it's probably, I think today is supposed to get up to 114 degrees. I'm trying to get over to Pack and Store and work, or U-Store. I don't deal well with the names of things change. Trying to get over to the U-Store and push down some recycling again before it gets too brutally hot. Last time I checked it was like 87 degrees, but I bet the temperature's gone up just in the time that I've been recording this, because once that ball of fire comes up in the sky, it starts getting hot really quick here. Anyway, so I don't know what time I left. I want to say I left Bullock's probably about 3:30 in the morning. Honestly, not a whole lot earlier than I would have, even if I was going full steam, just because of the extra time taken to break stuff down. And now I'm going to continue this in the next video and give you a little bit more details of what happened with Priscilla and I and what I found. I wish I had a desk for putting proper videos together so I could interject pictures. I'm taking lots of pictures right now, and the pictures, tell you, cycling through those pictures, they definitely tell a story. They definitely tell a story. And there was an incident that happened yesterday that really, really upset me with her. That my daughter's like, I think that's a crime. She goes, I think that's a felony. I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. But Priscilla's done the mental gymnastics to make that felony okay in her mind. Anyway, I'll explain that and more in the next video. So thanks for watching.